All right, let's just jump right in. If you're in the cybersecurity world, you know the CISSP exam is one of the absolute toughest mountains to climb. But here's a thought. What if the reason so many people struggle with it? What if it has less to do with what you know and everything to do with how you think?
I mean, it's a question that drives so many experts crazy, right? You can have years of real, hands-on experience, you know your stuff inside and out, and you still find yourself staring at a failing grade. It honestly feels like the exam is speaking a totally different language. So, what is the secret? How do you crack this code?
Well, a fascinating book called The Effective CISSP Practice Questions by Wentz Wu argues that the answer is not to just cram more technical details into your brain. Nope, it's about fundamentally changing how you approach the questions themselves. And today, we're going to break down exactly what that means. So first up, let's reframe the problem. What really makes the CISSP such a unique and difficult challenge?
The book uses this brilliant metaphor. CISSP Sudoku 365. Just think about that for a second. Sudoku isn't about being a math genius. It's about applying pure logic within a very specific set of rules. And the book's point is that the CISSP is exactly the same. It's not just testing if you can recall facts. It's testing if you can apply logic and judgment the way a real security leader would.
Okay, so if it's a logic puzzle, then we need a whole new way to think about solving it. And this right here is the core philosophy of the book.
The author, Wentz Wu, just hits the nail on the head with this. This quote completely flips the script on how we're all taught to take tests. The goal isn't just to hunt for the right answer, it's to truly understand why an answer is the best choice from a strategic, risk-based point of view. That internal conversation you have, your justification, that is the real skill you're supposed to be building. And this really is the big picture, isn't it? This approach changes studying from this soul-crushing chore of memorization into an exercise in executive-level thinking. You're not just learning to pass a test. You are learning to think, to prioritize, and to make decisions just like a CISO would. Which, let's be honest, is the entire point of the certification in the first place.
So, how do we turn this mindset into something practical? I mean, it's great to have the right philosophy, but how do you actually use it when you're under pressure, staring at that clock during the exam? The book lays out 3 incredibly powerful but simple skills. First, reverse reading. This is a game changer. You read the answer options before you read the question. It primes your brain for what to look for. Second, identifying sequence. You look for logical steps in the answers, which is huge for those questions that ask what to do first or what's most important. And third, eliminating aliens, my personal favorite. Instead of looking for the right answer, you focus on ruthlessly getting rid of the ones that are obviously wrong. The one that's left standing is usually your best bet.
All right, let's put this into practice. Let's see how this works with a real-world example from the book, because this is where the theory really becomes a powerful tool. Okay, so take a look at this question. Using that first skill, reverse reading, we're going to start at the bottom with the answers. We see phrases like add an exception, reject the suggestion, submit a proposal, and prepare a business case. You see, these are all management-level actions. So before we've even read the scenario, we know this isn't a technical bits and bytes question. It's about governance and decision-making.
Now this is the crucial part, the difference in the thought process. A typical rule-based thinker reads the scenario and sees use of any USB devices violates the acceptable usage policy. Their brain instantly jumps to option B, reject the suggestion. Policy says no, end of story. But a CISO thinks differently. They see a business problem. Crucial customers are complaining. The goal isn't just to blindly enforce a rule, it's to enable the business while still managing the risk.
And that is the key takeaway. The best answer, the CISO-level answer, is D. Prepare a business case and submit it to the CEO for final approval. See how that works? It acknowledges the business need, it analyzes the risk, and it presents a formal recommendation to senior leadership so they can make the final call. It's about being a partner to the business, not just a policy cop.
And you know, this mindset doesn't just apply to one question here and there. It connects to the entire conceptual framework of cybersecurity that the whole CISSP is built on.
So the book presents this model, the Amiclean's InfoSec conceptual model, to show you how everything is interconnected. The CISSP is not testing your knowledge of isolated facts from 8 separate domains. It's testing your understanding of how governance, risk, controls, and operations all work together as one big system.
So when you look at any question, you should be thinking, where does this fit in the big picture? Is this a governance issue? Is it a risk management decision? Or maybe an operational control problem? Understanding this model helps you get into the right frame of mind for every single question on that exam.
And that brings us right back to where we started. The CISSP exam, when you approach it the right way, is so much more than just a hurdle for your career. It's actually a training ground for leadership. The real win isn't just getting that passing grade. It's walking away with a strategic mindset this exam is truly designed to validate. So I'll leave you with that question. What's your goal?